How we can refresh the economy, build the most sustainable, green, coefficient civilization and reverse climate change. In this discourse, we'll talk about how we can restore the planet, build the most sustainable, green, coefficient civilization, and reverse climate change. The Earth is going through perilous changes. Pandemic has proven that human civilization isn't sustainable by any means. Everything has to be readjusted to be greener, more sustainable, and environmentally friendly as soon as possible. This action has to be carried out worldwide before it gets delinquent. People want more of the things, services, products, and technology that alter the environment and climate gravely. The planet has entered a new era in its development and it seems like disasters and adversities will be frequent. The climate has been affected by the excess carbon congested in the atmosphere. The entire planet is warming up at an increasing rate. Some nations have planted millions of trees, but planting trees won't solve the climate tragedy. Forests absorb a large amount of carbon dioxide since they do photosynthesis on a large scale. Photosynthetic plant life and trees aren't capable of sequestering the high level of carbon out of the atmosphere and cool the planet down. We need to invent new ways and projects to resolve the climate and environmental issues at hand. Each of these activities has to be initiated worldwide to make a difference. Warming temperatures may devastate water sources, deplete natural resources, turn most of the world uninhabitable in less than 50 to 100 years. Scientists warn that humanity has less than 2 decades to reverse climate change and other cataclysmic events to save themselves from extinction. Many animal species are going extinct as a consequence of deforestation, forest fires, pollution, contamination, plastic waste in oceans, and waterways. The human population has been devouring the planet and all its life alive each and every day. Billions of animals are slaughtered for food whilst there are a great abundance and variety of veggies, fruits, nuts, legumes, greens, and other plant-based edibles. All animals contribute to biodiversity, stabilizing the planet's natural ecosystems. Each species has different purposes in nature, they all coexist harmoniously. The modern man and woman, who are the most intelligent species of Earth, have invented many ways, machinery to modify their environment to make things for themselves. 100 years ago, things were fine. No matter what people do, the planet was still robust. The 2000s have been the worst for the planet. The population boom has enlarged the world's cities into colossal megalopolises, requiring more products, resources to pollute and deplete the planet into mass extinction events. Human civilization is at a threshold in its development. People of the world have to do everything to save and restore the planet and its ecosystems from extinction. There won't be any resources in a depleted world to supply the industries and the growing human population. Economic growth and expansion have been extremely destructive to nature's fragile properties. Sustainability and renewability are crucial to become a self-sustaining and green civilization and to reverse climate change, but nothing will ever be completely sustainable nor renewable. Nature had great wealth that people have been using to make all kinds of products, and this altered the natural system severely. Humans are already drinking from a shrinking well, and there will be mass food, water, and material shortages in less than 2 decades. Some nations have been hit harder by climate change, desertification, poverty, and many other negative events. The entire planet and its living network of organisms are purely connected to each other in every way possible, including humans. Humans aren't top of the chain or superior to other living beings, they exist in a living system that can inflict them to go extinct. For this reason, humans must remember their connection to nature and all living beings, so they should protect and enhance them in everything they do, use, and make. It's obvious that if humans don't become green, natural, and protective for the planet at an individual level, the coming cataclysms will devastate the entire human population with all kinds of outrageous disasters. Forest fires are a big failure of our time, and there is a higher rate of fires each year because of climate change and increasing temperatures. Animal agriculture also leads to plenty of forest fires and deforestation in many regions of the world, as well as in the Amazon tropical rainforest. Humans are being called to change all of their destructive, cruel habits, dietary and product choices, customs, addictions, expenditures in these modern times where people are being compelled to buy and consume more than the past. Some corporations want to make more, but they don't estimate their impact over the environment, forests, and natural resources. Fresh water reserves are being overused, drained, and contaminated by certain corporations that use water to make most of their products. Most of these products are drinks bottled and packaged in single-use plastics. They exhaust fresh water supplies, also pollute the environment and oceans with plastics all at the same time. People don't reckon their impact when they buy any of these products, but they must be warned of what's been going on for a long time. Money and most products will be useless in a depleted, deserted, toxic world with no water, no natural resources, no life. It's where it's been heading for decades, and people still don't care about what's going on. People are supposed to wake up and start doing the things that will clean and refresh the planet into its most renewable and pristine stage. It all starts with individuals. Many people, most of them were vegans, have changed the world and innovated a better future for humanity. Veganism has been the biggest movement of mankind by far. Plants can unlock the human brain and DNA to their full potential. We need to plant more and clean up the earth to tackle global warming and other calamities. If we want to build the most sustainable and green civilization, we must make use of photosynthetic plants and trees rather than oil-based, carbon-generating, polluting productions. Fossil fuel is basically plant life morphed into oils after millions of years. Why can't we grow more plants to soak up carbon in the first place? There are hydrogen fuel cell cars in development and they can easily replace gas cars if they're mass manufactured at lower prices. Power plants burn massive amounts of fossil fuels to produce the electricity used by cities. Renewable energies are becoming more widespread than ever with the dedication of many companies developing renewable energy technologies from solar, wind, wave, hydro, and biomass. People don't realize that most renewable and sustainable energy source plants. Photosynthesis can be mimicked in future technologies. Human civilization can emerge as a very advanced, united, plant-based society. Going towards a carbon-negative future will be most beneficial for human society, and that's the only way to halt climate change and coming cataclysms. Carbon is the most abundant element in our world, but too much of it in the atmosphere warms the planet to a greater extent. Each person is required to research and conjure up innovative, green, environmentally beneficial projects and programs to somehow recover the planet that's in grave danger. Earth is our home world and the best place for humans to live and progress. Thus we have to safeguard this magnificent living sphere by changing ourselves and our habits through research, awareness, and perseverance. A lot of people don't know about their environmental impact caused by the products and services they use every day. Instead of spending so much money on unnecessary products packaged in plastics, you can invest in great environmental, reforestation, restoration, cleanup activities. The change to restore and regreen the planet towards the most sustainable and eco-rich future is set in motion in individual minds. Companies, corporations, products will follow the supply-demand framework forming the global economy. We can create the greenest, carbon-negative, and ecological economy ever existed if each person across the world does the switch. Carbon emissions are still increasing after the lockdowns that reduced them moderately. It seems like natural disasters, forest fires are more common as a result of climate change and the effects of destructive industries. Forests are the lungs of the earth and they contain most biodiversity, especially tropical rainforests like the Amazon. The Amazon can be the blueprint to create the greenest and most viable economic and societal structure powered by plants and nature's renewable resources. The world population can turn the entire world into a global Amazon food and productivity forest, also reverse climate change. The carbon, plastics, oil, and animal-based economy must come to an end as soon as possible. There is so much methane in the biosphere and so many plastics in oceans that the planet is choking with natural disasters to get rid of the real virus, which is the human population. Humans have been a very destructive force over their home world, but they have the potential to be green saviors of planet Earth with a few tweaks. Going green starts with a dietary and consumption change, since foods and products can alter the environment severely without people's recognition. The smartest people, scientists, and inventors were mostly vegans. This is proof that plants, vegan foods, and complete plant-based products can pump the essential nutrients for brain power and intelligence boost. We absolutely need more brainstorming from every citizen of the world so we can finally resolve the real perils threatening all living beings. The next extinction event will strike the whole world population seriously. Nature is mostly made of plants, don't underestimate the power of plants. Plants can solve any problems in our society. They're the most life-generating organisms evolving on Earth for millions of years. Technology is a tool, it will never solve all of the problems. Following the path to extreme technological manufacturing, growth, and overuse will deplete the planet's natural and limited deposits. The main reason for climate change is industrial growth, expansion, and expenditures. People believed economic growth is the main imperative of civilization, but that was inaccurate. People are intelligent humanoid beings originated from nature, so they're the ones to shield this glorious living sphere from cataclysms. If society persists the same way, there won't be enough resources to cover the basic necessities even in most developed and technological nations. Money, economy, or technology won't matter if natural wealth is ravaged. The only way out is going completely green, vegan, and renewable in all of the productions and consumer mindsets worldwide. The planet is literally depleting extremely fast in these modern times where technology is advancing rapidly. Unfortunately, technology itself won't be able to recover the planet, but green movements can. Veganism is one of the greenest movements ever, although it's been initiated to save billions of animals from slaughter. All animals are part of the ecosystem and humans, and they are naturally designed to reinforce nature and its resources, not destroy them. Pandemic has emerged from live markets. This is the evidence that animal agriculture is one of the most destructive industries. Fossil fuel is simply animals and plants turned into flammable oils after millions of years in the ground. It's illogical to kill animals for food and burn fossil fuel to produce energy, whereas there is an abundance of fruits, veggies, also renewable energies to power the entire world. Sun is the biggest energy source that can power civilization, and it powers nature every day. Therefore, Humans should live in tune with nature, stop destroying the planet, and force all life to go extinct. In life, everything you do comes back to you as karma. Good deeds will generate good outcomes. Destroying and depleting the world for the sake of industrial, technological overuse will harm the human population in return. Going green means mimicking nature's fully evolved cycle to make the products needed for humans to live and flourish. Nature has been flowing freely and amply, but human industrial and technological advancements have broken the self-sustaining cycle of life. Humans live in an era that there won't be enough supplies to provide the most basic necessities to the growing population. Most nations' rivers, environment, air, soil, forests, farms are becoming toxic, also dwindling. Restoration of all forests, water systems, ecosystems, and reversal of climate change must begin as soon as possible, otherwise it will be impossible to take action. The Earth may be one of the most beautiful and biodiverse planets in the universe. Humans have been designed to be the saviors of this magnificent living sphere by uniting as one and doing the rational tasks that will turn the world into a lushly eco-rich paradise. Perhaps a united vegan world will emerge as the greenest, most sustainable in the universe. Plants and trees will grant the nutrients for humans to get smarter and soak up the excess carbon out of the atmosphere. All productions and manufacturing will be plant-based. Construction technologies will be made of complete plant-based, renewable resources and materials. There is research about growing fungi to make buildings, furniture, and many other goods. The future is definitely plant-based, unlike the past. Civilization is moving towards superior sustainability, and all nations are investing in green projects, ecological ventures more than ever. The richest and most powerful industries will be outmoded because they were emitting the highest amounts of greenhouse gases and altering the environment badly. The entire world, all cities, even the deserts, can be transformed into biodiverse, overgrown forests like the Amazon. Luckily, humans have the dazzling blueprint as the largest tropical rainforest covering half of a continent. The world's cities are growing greener, solar is more common, electric cars are getting very popular. A lot of companies are attempting to fulfill net zero, carbon neutral, even negative programs in the shortest time possible. Some cities propose to grow abundant food forests in vacant lands in and out of urban zones. Tons of people would volunteer for such an assignment. People need land to work on green projects worldwide. Most of the green programs are relatively easy to achieve. A pollution-free civilization, a carbon-negative civilization, a united, free, and green civilization can be one of the most advanced in the universe. Developing more advanced technology may not designate a society as an advanced civilization. Tech is just making tools. Nature is first.